I think as we continue to move into the future, you're going to start seeing these relationships that are either value-based, casual sex-based, by the way, symbiotic value-based. So like both people are getting exactly what they need out of it.
So it's
getting
like
more,
having a cake and eating it too.
Getting more and more
Sounds
popular.
Very selfish and very
but what
self-supporting.
if both people are being supported by it in a way that makes both of them happy?
I still think that's, here's the thing, man. Like having a partner has been since the beginning of time. And I think now that because of Instagram and Facebook and all these platforms of people wanting what they want now and this and that, people got to remember not everything that you want is good for you. So for example, yeah, I just want to have sex. I want to worry about myself and my business. But dude, there's going to be a time where you're older and now you have nobody. And you're going to say, oh, I have that
but that's the bet.
That girl is too worried about her own business to give a fuck about
you.
you.
And that's the bet. And that's the bed people need to understand that they're making for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
What I'm saying is this. Since the beginning of time, people paid cash, tangible goods. Now people are sending data to pay for stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like you're looking at decentralization across the board. Government, currency, nifties, everything is being decentralized. I'm not saying I'm pushing for this, by the way. I'm simply saying that
relationships will not be on the blockchain.
Yes, was that relationships are headed to the blockchain,
right?
And that people are starting to look at them as
I think, and respectfully, I'm not saying this in a disrespect. I swear on everything I love. I think just right now you're in a more jaded look on relationships, and I think once you find somebody that not only builds you up emotionally but mentally, I think you're gonna look at it in a different outlet. I don't think it's enough to sell the world on like, hey, let's just fuck. I don't think that's gonna happen.
First of all, I'm not, like I said, I'm not pushing. I'm literally not talking about me, but there is a push to, what's the word when you, wait, what's the word? No, it's not. No. What's the word?
Party.
What's the word where you make something acceptable? Like
normalized?
Normalized. There's a push right now to normalize relationships that sit outside of the traditional bounds of man and wife.
That's happened since forever, bro. And when there was hippies, they just fucked everything.
But why do you? You don't have to keep bringing it back to sex. I'm not talking about sex. I'm not even necessarily talking about sexual relationships.
So you're just talking about a partnership?
Yeah, it could be partnerships. It could be people that both find symbiotic value for their businesses. It could be people that both find symbiotic value in the bedroom. I think there's a lot of reasons why people get together. And to be quite honest with you, I think at the end of the day, that normalization feels more like two people just being honest with each other. Because you thinking that all of these happy relationships out there are a result of a deep-seated love. It's not always the case, brother. It's just not. It's just not, man.
It's never going to work for people that consistently think about themselves. It's never going to work for them. If you bring a partner to the table, you have to think about their interests too. So when you're in a relationship, it's no longer about you. So yes, I do agree that the people that are selfish and that they just want things for themselves, then yeah, maybe don't be in a relationship. But time will tell. And when you want a family and kids and you want to grow your generation, that whole like, hey, let's sign a paper, me and you could do whatever we want. Bro, like Hollywood's different than the real world. It's not the same. You know why? Because everybody came here with their purpose of helping themselves and only themselves. Nobody picks up their luggage and brings their mom and dad with them to Hollywood. It doesn't happen. People are out here for themselves. So your guys' mindset on the world is
don't drag him into this is me talking, but also understand this is not rooted in Hollywood, man. This is rooted everywhere. Everywhere in the world, there's people out there who, some of which don't want to be in a committed relationship with anyone.
There is
and also
I don't think it's a massive majority.
I never said
people,
massive. Yeah. I said there's a push by certain people to normalize relationships that are either casual or whatever.
Yeah.
And also don't demean or discount the power of being selfish at certain points in your life. It's very fucking important to be fucking selfish at certain points in your life. Yes, it is, George. Yes, it is.
Give me an example of how
when you are building a platform that you can stand on for the rest of your life and then employ people down the road on. It sometimes takes putting on blinders from bullshit and busting your ass and saying, yo, I'm going to go build something right now.
Okay, that has nothing to do with being selfish.
Yeah, it does.
How is that being selfish?
It's focusing on you.
It's focusing on
selfish. If you're with somebody that loves you, they respect you. That's not being selfish.
No, it's not like you can't do both, but I feel what he's saying, and I can relate to this entire conversation. I think a bit more on your side, and I see your side, and you're totally right. I think you obviously are a bit more traditional. He's describing what could be like a new age of relationship between two people, anyone dating,
Okay,
not
so
dating.
you put on blinders, say, for 20, 30 years, you build your company up.
Whoa. 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about fucking 3. That's my entire life,
We'll
George.
go for the
30
exits, George.
Okay,
The big
5 years,
exits.
5 years.
Okay. Even 2 to 3
2,
would be
3,
great.
2, 3.
Okay, so 3 years, you're 70. And you put on blinders.
Right.
Okay. Now what? So then you stop being selfish so you can invite somebody into your life and then share that?
No, if he has short term or even long term goals or aspirations that require a lot of focus, that
Not a
are
lot,
gonna- all that are probably going to come from within. Sometimes it's hard to allocate energy to something that isn't directly contributing to that number one goal, which is to establish what he said, a platform that will set him up for the rest of his life.
Got it.
Both via
I found it hard.
So what you guys are explaining to me is just not being in availability for a relationship right now.
Correct.
Bingo.
Do you know how at the
Okay,
end?
I
Do you know
agree
how
with
at the
you
end of
guys
the,
on that, but being selfish, that has nothing to do with being selfish. You know why? Being selfish is like, I'm gonna build an empire and I'm gonna take more money for myself, and then greed, and then when it comes to sex, lust,
it takes selfish for the literal definition of what it is, which I'll read here.
Okay.
Not necessarily the connotation of selfish, lacking consideration of others, concerned chiefly with one's own personal profit or pleasure,
got it. Okay. Read the
But
first part. Read the first part.
lacking consideration for others.
Okay, thank you. So
There's probably
no one
a better-
have I ever looked up to and be like, man, I want to be like him. He was super selfish.
No, because they don't say that. But trust me, they were. But let me say this.
Okay.
George. Hold on. Wait.
Is it more important to be honorable in eyes of peers or honorable to yourself? So being selfish is a pride thing. I would never be selfish because I couldn't sleep with myself. at night.
Let's work with that word loosely or come up with a new word. Everything that I do is still somehow rooted in a deeper consideration, which is to not hurt other people. Okay. So in all honesty, if I get in a relationship with somebody right now, that's selfish. That's selfish. Like honestly,
just
like
being self-aware.
Maybe we should be
okay, self-aware.
self-interested, self-seeking.
Fine. But the easiest way for me to explain this to you is this. When at 6 p.m., you go home and you spend time with the girl. I know you guys love to watch movies. I know you guys love to sit on the couch, do your thing, order food, go on dates, travel together.
Yeah.
That time slot is not available to me. I do not close my laptop until 2 a.m. When I wake up the next day at 8 or 9 in the morning, I get on calls. I don't talk to, bro, I have not been talking to my mom enough lately. She birthed me. She stuck with me through 10 years of addiction. And I feel shame for that. But honestly, I do not have time for bullshit right now. How many fucking things are we working on right now?
A lot.
Like they hear about 10% of them. Literally, we have so much shit going on. I'm on call, stream, video call all day long. So the selfish thing for me right now is to try to act like I could give someone what they need in a relationship. That would be fucked up. Do you understand that? Do you relate to that?
Yeah.
Okay, so just bringing it back, like I said, I just feel like you're just not ready for a relationship,
Fine.
which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
totally
yeah.
fine.
Fine.
But again, I think this whole lifetime of like, I think the future belongs into the, hey, you do your own thing, I do my own thing, we casually have sex. That's what I was arguing about. You being not ready for a relationship, I agree. I think it's terrible to lead somebody on or pretend or stuff like that. I 1,000% agree with you. But when you find the person, Mike, that will never bring you down and only lift you up. Listen, when you were bringing up that conversation about arguing and you're like, it's okay to argue once in a while. I want to take a step back and talk about that. Arguing with your loved one should be over things that are meaningful. That argument that you should remember a year from now. When you fight with your girl is under a stressful time. When you just have a newborn and you don't know how you're going to pay your bills because of COVID, then you get in a little argument. Yeah. But I liked another girl's picture or I flirted with her in a video game. That's not a relationship. That's a child's play game. That you shouldn't mix the two.
Well, you mean arguing over it?
Yeah, because if you do that, because I've seen it and I'm respectfully talking about it. I've seen you like just bite your tongue on things and I've noticed you take the high road. I'm saying don't look at the relationship you just had and establish it as, oh, that's just a relationship that everybody deals with. It's not.
No,
Because
I know.
I don't argue with my girlfriend like that.
Right.
When we have an argument, it's about a serious, deep cut thing that I would never disrespect her and bring it up on public.
Right.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
amazing.
good for you, man.
That's amazing.
So what I'm saying is,
yeah, seriously.
you guys have such a strong platform, and I know you guys are going through things right now, but I don't want it to bleed onto people that are young and look up to you guys and see, hey, if that's how they see it, then I'm gonna see that too. And I promise you, in 2 years from now, just like that guy in the book, which I would love to look up to see if he's in a relationship, hurt people say hurt things.
Yeah.
And they do things.
Sure.
I don't want you to look at this last relationship and think this is how it goes, because I love you, bro, and I know you're gonna find somebody who's gonna be equally as quirky and respectful towards you. I don't want you to give up on love, bro. I don't want. I see it in your eyes every day, and I don't want that to happen. If I have to do it on the podcast or behind closed doors, and I'll have that deep conversation with you, bro. You're such an amazing guy. Don't want that to bleed into your soul. I don't want you.
I appreciate that, and I'm not. And once again, just for the audience, like I'm not saying that I'm a proponent of those new kind of relationships, and I'm also not giving up on love. This one did suck a little bit because, as you guys both know, like it's been close to a decade since I've been in a relationship with someone, and so like to come back to that game and listen, we had a lot of great times.
Tons. I've seen it.
But
Mike's
also a lot.
seen it.
Yeah, but also like a lot of really trying times, you know. And so like I'll stay optimistic. I think love is a beautiful thing, and I definitely respect the sanctity of the relationship between two partners for sure.